An impromptu video with who, Michael Cole? Who is it? The real, true, big dog, big dog, big dog, the amplified man. Now, yes, I did just have a couple of coffees, and yes, as you can tell, I did just get back from the Iron Factory. And this is an impromptu video. Now, just a couple of hours ago, I put up the Monday Night Raw review and reaction for September 23rd, 2019. If you have not checked it out, go and check it out after this video. There's a lot of information in there. We go over Monday Night Raw from top to bottom, but I also talk about what needs to happen going forward. A lot of good stuff in there. Of course, we get amplified the entire 51 minutes. I do nothing but fucking yell at the top of my fucking lungs and hope that somebody in that company one day will fucking hear me, hear my words, and make WWE great again. Anyway, that's an all in that review show. Now in this video, this is gonna be just a couple 2-3 minutes. Alright, maybe a few minutes more than 2 or 3 minutes. Once I get going on a topic, I can fucking talk the room off. But I do want to keep this kind of short so you guys can go about your day and be ready for SmackDown tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we all reconvene for the SmackDown review and reaction. But I did want to talk about Fox. There's been a lot of talk about Fox wanting to be the A show from here on out. No longer USA Network, and Fox has that leverage. All the chips right now are on Fox's table and in Fox's possession. Now, USA eventually is going to have enough of this bullshit and say, dude, we need a little bit too here. You're taking everything from us. As years have gone by, our ratings have been declining, and now you're telling us you're giving all the good shit, the segments, the superstars, all over to Fox. What gives, man? We've worked with you for years, way before Fox came along, and you're pulling this on us? Eventually, guys, that's what's going to happen. USA is going to have enough, if they haven't already reached that point. But Fox right now, from what we're hearing, thankfully for Fox, they've been the biggest advocate for bringing back Pyro, making the new designs and new logos and the new sets that we're hearing are coming. We're hearing Fox wants all of this. It has nothing to do with WWE's new season premiere, but everything to do with Fox telling them we want this, this, and this. And if that's the case, thank you in advance, Fox, if they do bring back Pyro, because it is much needed on their product. At least, at the very least, their pay-per-views. Every single one of them, all 12 to 20, however many they want to put on a year. We need Pyro at every pay-per-view, and we really should have it at every live show. Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Lives. NXT, okay, I can see. That's a third brand. Maybe they're not working with the biggest budget, so maybe they wouldn't have it. I can throw them a mulligan. There's no reason the past 10 fucking years we haven't seen Raw and SmackDown, or the better part, I should say. Over 5 years, whatever it's fucking been. Pyro has not been a mainstay. And if Fox is the biggest advocate, which is what we're hearing, and the new set, and the new logos that are coming for next week, then I thank Fox for that. But it shouldn't have came to that. Vince McMahon should have made these decisions long before, at last year's premiere, at the year before's premiere, season premieres. That's when Vince should have been doing this, but his head has been so far up the XFL's ass, he doesn't even realize the WWE product went to the shitter 10 times over. But on top of that, guys, Fox is also changing the name. It'll no longer be SmackDown Live. It is now going to be, this is official, by the way. This is not a rumor. This is official. It'll now be called Friday Night SmackDown. I think years ago, didn't they have that name anyway? And then it got switched to SmackDown Live? I don't fucking know, man. That was years ago, and the older I get, that shit gets a little foggier, I'm not gonna lie. But it is going to be Friday Night SmackDown. Ooh, see, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to this. Friday Night SmackDown is what it's going to be once it goes over to Fox. No more SmackDown Live. Get the live out of it. I have to get used to that because I always kind of abbreviate my titles with SD Live. So that's going to take a lot of getting used to for me. Now I have to call it Friday Night SmackDown. I'll have to come up with some abbreviation. FNS? That sounds stupid as I don't know. I'll think of something. But along with all the changes, possible pyro, definitely a new logo that's already been instituted, and a new set is going to be instituted, we're hearing. Along with all that, the name is officially changed to Friday Night SmackDown. Now, I'm not even done yet, guys. If it was just that, maybe I wouldn't have made a whole video. But they also want all of the top talent. They want Ronda Rousey when she comes back. We already knew that. They wanted Brock Lesnar. We know that for a fact because Brock is now back on SmackDown. But they don't want to stop there. We're also hearing now they want Bray Wyatt, even though Bray Wyatt is supposed to be a staple for Monday Night Raw. But Fox executives are really high on Bray Wyatt, so they have went to Vince McMahon and said, we want Bray on our show. We like this. And again, this is where I say, does USA say, no, dude, what the fuck? You got Lesnar. You got fucking Ronda when she comes back. We have one good thing. You're going to have Becky Lynch. We got one fucking dynamite character on our show, Bray Wyatt. Let us have that. I don't know. Again, maybe USA is already at that point and has been frustrated with Vince McMahon for a long time now. That's possible, and I bet you that is the case. But SmackDown, or should I say Fox wanting Bray Wyatt, I don't blame them. But I don't see any way you can have him go to SmackDown too. And you're gonna basically have the whole New Day most likely, right? They're not gonna separate them as much as I think they have gone stale and they should be separated. I believe Fox is gonna have all members of the New Day. We know that Fox is gonna have Mysterio. We know Fox is gonna have Brock Lesnar. They're most likely gonna have Randy Orton. So now you add on Bray. I mean, where does it end? Becky Lynch is going to be over there. All of what they deem as the top stars. Bray's going for the Raw Championship, the Universal Championship at Hell in a Cell. Now, if Fox really wants him, does that mean they find a way that Bray does not win that championship? And then we see Bray over on SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown, not too long after? I'm not sure I need to see that. I think Bray has a home on Monday Night Raw, where Fox is going to be doing all of this hoopla and new innovative shit. That's great. I think Bray needs to find a home where he can put his creativity to use. Now, back in the day, that would have been SmackDown Live because all the hoopla was on Raw. But now I feel all the attention has kind of transferred to Fox's Friday Night SmackDown, and that leaves Raw with more creativity. I'm telling you guys. Don't be surprised if going forward, Raw has more room for creativity. And Vince McMahon is not tied up with all the Fox suits and ties. I'm telling you right now, man, something is awry, man. Something is kind of shifting. Something is changing, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but it seems like a lot of shit all at once. And I feel like the shows are kind of transferring energy, and it feels like Fox is becoming the A show, with SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown, and USA Network will have the B show in Monday Night Raw. I know, we never thought we'd see the day. But when $1 billion is on the line, and over $200 million per year annually is on the line, Fox has Vince McMahon in their pocket. Vince McMahon is their shill. When Fox says jump, Vince McMahon just says how high. You don't ask questions. You oblige. You're gonna piss off USA Network in the process. There's no question. But I don't think you can just give up Bray Wyatt. I don't think that's gonna do good for Bray, and I don't think it's gonna do good for the WWE as a whole. Whether this energy is transferring over to Fox and they're becoming the A show or not, Raw still needs some fucking superstars. They're not gonna survive with just Seth Rollins. Sorry, not sorry. Are they gonna bring Roman Reigns back to Raw? Is that really gonna make a dent? Roman is starting to kind of gain traction with the fans that were never behind him. I'm one of them. I'll fully admit that. But we're not willing or ready to just garner him as one of the top fucking guys that we need to see in every main event again. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But Fox wants Bray Wyatt, and so far, everything that Fox has been asking Vince that they want, not asking, telling Vince they want, Fox has gotten it. So it's going to be interesting to see if they get Bray Wyatt. I hope that's not the case. We know Fox is altering the programming as well. They want it to be more of that big fight feel, realistic sports feel. So even at the draft, they're going to conduct this as a real draft, guys. like you would see at the NFL or the NBA drafts, most likely where wrestlers and maybe even their families are around tables. And when their name gets called, it's a big deal and they get maybe a SmackDown shirt or a Raw shirt and then they go up on a stage and they fucking shake the hand of the commissioner, maybe make a short speech. They're gonna make this very sports-centric. So, again, that's probably why you're seeing the pyro possibly making a comeback and just everything changing up. And if that's the case, don't be surprised if SmackDown gets more of the attention going forward. I don't think I did too bad there, right? That was under 10. I don't think that was bad. There was a little introduction, a minute or two, but I think I kept that around 10 minutes so we can all go about our day and still catch SmackDown live for the next week or two, right? Was it next week? Shit, this is the last SmackDown Live, right? And then it turns to Friday Night SmackDown. And I think they had to take away the live too, guys, because California will not be getting this live from what I'm hearing. So it used to be, I believe, California would get at 5, 6 p.m., something like that. Now I think they're getting it on a tape delay, so it's still going to be their 8 o'clock. I hope that makes sense. So it's not even live for half the country is what I'm saying. So I think they had no choice but to take that title off anyway. That's it. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit of an impromptu and talk about what Fox is still demanding from Vince and what Fox still wants and how I'm starting to see a big shift. Even when the $1 billion announcement was made, I still knew USA's Raw would be the flagship because Raw has always been the flagship. But it's starting to become evident and clear, Fox will not be number 2. Fox is in this to be number 1 or nothing. And they're stopping at nothing to make sure they are such. They see something valuable in Bray Wyatt, and I think they're going after him. I hope they don't land him. I really do. I think Bray needs to be on Raw right now, especially with all the focus and attention going over to SmackDown. This is where Bray can really shine because he's got a little bit of wiggle room. Again, that used to be SmackDown Live. But again, the balance of energy is transferring, and I think the shows are starting to circle around each other. They're flip-flopping, and I think SmackDown is going to be that A show going forward. We'll see. I have no fucking idea how they're going to even pull that off. They're attempting to be the A show. But on Friday night, that is one of the hardest nights to garner an audience. Maybe they know that, and that's why they're trying to get every fucking heavy-hitting superstar. I wouldn't doubt it if they tried to get Sasha too. Charlotte Flair's over to every fucking body. And WWE's got, who knows? Maybe WWE has, WWE Raw on USA Network has Asuka, Ember Moon, EC3, Gallows and Anderson. Maybe certain individuals will finally get the time of day. Maybe this would be a blessing in disguise. I don't know. I have a lot of thinking to do on this. I literally get all this information and I made this video with you guys. And as I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking about all this. My dome piece is rolling, man. The hamster is spinning the wheel upstairs. I got a lot of thinking to do on this. Shit is ever changing by the minute in that WWE company. It's going to be a fucking wild next month to 2 months. The rest of the year is going to be crazy, but the next month to 2 months, when things really start to get ironed out and we all start to see where everything is going, it's going to be freaking wild, man. Can't wait to fucking check it out. As always, guys, subscribe your hearts out, man. Make sure you are a part of the Amplified unit always. Make sure you're smashing everything you need to. Subscription button, fucking notifications so you know when I'm pumping out a video. Because just like this one, I pump out videos at random whenever I get a little wild, crazy, and amplified and I want to talk to you guys. Boop! There goes a fucking video. Stay notified. I love you guys that smash that like button and leave those comments, man. When I'm in those Starbucks line, I love reading that shit. And knowing that you guys are reciprocating the love that I'm trying to show you. Thank you so much. The Amplified Man, going about his day. Let's kick ass on SmackDown Live tomorrow. Reconvene in the morning for the review and reaction. Booyah! Boodaka, boodaka! The Amplified Man. Check you later. Oh, real quick, guys, before I leave. I'm sorry. I almost got up and left, and I wanted to say one last thing. Unfortunately, we already shut off the camera backlight, so we're going to be a little bit in the dark for this last minute. My apologies. You guys should be used to that anyway from my black and white winter videos, which, by the way, we're going to be back to pretty soon. Can't believe it's already fall. But anyway, guys, The Undertaker, I did want to say that he is all but confirmed. They just have to announce it now. But we are expecting The Undertaker to also be on the very first Fox edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Now, I hope that they rectify their wrongs from the Raw reunion show. No more feel-good moments. Undertaker needs to show up and do the deed for an up-and-comer. I don't even care if it leads to a match with The Undertaker in the future. I'm fine with that. But The Undertaker just needs to be flat on his back while somebody is looking powerful, while somebody is looking like he's got a bright future, maybe? I know that's a weird concept for WWE, a new up-and-comer looking like he's got a bright future. I know that's kind of taboo with WWE, but The Undertaker needs to do the job to somebody here. We've been having way too many feel-good moments with all of these legends, and I love when the legends come back. But just like Monday Night Raw with Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, they both need to do the job. Somebody needs to take them out. I would love to see Bray Wyatt take out Hogan with a claw and Ric Flair with the claw. It's not a lot of athleticism that needs to be fucking used by Hogan or Ric Flair. I know Hogan can barely fucking walk these days. You get the claw, you drop to your fucking ass. It's done. Undertaker needs to do a job, man. We've already seen the feel-good moments. We've seen enough feel-good moments that we need for now with these superstars. And Undertaker, along with everyone else, needs to start doing the job for the up-and-coming superstars. We need to start building bright futures for these kids and gals. No more feel-good moments for now with these superstars. Is that so much to ask? Let's start getting to business now. Not just nostalgia, business for the future. Because shit, we need nostalgia for 10, 20 years from now. We're not building any of that right now. So Undertaker, I just wanted to say that. Not just the news that The Undertaker was going to be at Fox's debut Friday Night SmackDown show. You could kind of come to that conclusion you're on your own that he'd be there in some capacity. But the real thing I wanted to talk about was just what needs to be done when he shows up. And when Hogan shows up in the future. And Ric Flair. And every other legend right now. We need to start business for the future. Not just rest on our laurels and nostalgia. That's all. I'm seriously going now. Much love to you guys. Peace.